Good morning, campers. We're going to do divine masculine, divine feminine check-in today. We're going to start from what's going on in your connection, so we know this is your reading, and then we're going to do separate masculine and feminine, what's going on and what's your energy. I was sensing as I opened the channel for this collective that there has been, in the recent weeks or months, in the recent cycles, right, this is a collective, some sort of a movement. So maybe your person reach out to you. I don't think it actually brought anything tangible, so maybe they disappeared faster than they appeared, but it actually brought something tangible without the feminine knowing. It's like, you know, on this journey, we always say that we are each other's biggest trigger, and we enhance the good, we enhance the bad, and we're the biggest motivation. But for the feminine, it happens more on a conscious level, right? Because your motivation is, for a very long time on this journey, and I think it's still the case for this collective, to get your person back, right? To bring them back to you, and they motivate you, right? So you consciously know what they're showing to you. What is it that you need to heal? You contemplate on that and you move forward on your journey. Whereas for the masculine, because they wear a veil of avoidance for so long, it's on a subconscious level, right? So that energetic touch point, it might not be that they disappear again and they're like, okay, this is what happened. They analyze this and this is what I need to heal. No, but subconsciously, for something you did, for something you said, we always motivate. Hold on. Someone was messaging me and I got distracted. Anywho, let's see what's going on in your connection. Let's confirm what's going on in this connection. And then we're going to tap in to divine masculine, divine feminine. All right. We have... Okay, we have twin flames and we have maybe leaning towards yes. Purpose to live life separately, learning lessons, possible reunion after becoming stronger and awakened, single soul split in half before reincarnating into two separate bodies. I think it's a confirmation that you both know, right? For you, for the feminine, it would be more on a conscious level. Duh, obviously. Our beautiful masculines love living in denial for a very long time. It just seems so good to be true, too good to be true. And they're so deeply embedded in the matrix, in the physical world, in that matrix program, right? But it's like you both know. You both know. Maybe they don't give it a label. Maybe they're not yet ready to, or maybe they are. Maybe. There's like maybe. Because of this maybe, with this maybe, it makes me feel like, first of all, you both still go in and out. So none of you would be, well, the masculine, definitely, but the feminine, you wouldn't yet be in this complete surrender, in this complete faith, right? I know this is my person. A moment comes when you reach that moment, when you're like, I know this is my person. I know this is the other half of my soul. I know this is the journey, but the journey is about spiritual awakening. So I know it's going to happen. I know this is the lifetime, but I don't know when. And frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. But you're not there yet. So for both of you, it's a maybe. But with that maybe, I'm hearing on a level of knowing that this is the other half of your soul. However he would call that, he knows. What else is going on here? Let's maybe do two more for your top row. What else is going on? We have past life. Intuitive and telepathic communication time seems to stop in each other's presence. Instant connection, deep emotions, feels very familiar to each other. 71. I love this card. Look how beautiful that is. At the gate of heavens. Two angels. So maybe you know you had past lifetimes. It's like you both know it's a powerful connection, right? So, sorry, I'm a little sick, so don't mind me pausing for coughing time, okay? It's like you both know it's a powerful connection. You both know and believe that you had past lifetimes together. It's like he doesn't accept it in his mind, right? Again, the avoidance of the masculine. They love living in denial. But I specifically like had a shiver when I read time seems to stop. So maybe that's something you think about, that whenever you're together, it's like, it seems like it's been 1 hour, but you've been together for like a whole day. It's like time stops. So maybe it actually happened. Like you were together in the past, and you ask one another what time is it, and it was like, damn, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Ego driven. Number 17. We have 17, 24, 94, 71. Act in one's own self-interest, driven by need to prove oneself is better than others. Does not truly love the person, but loves more what the person gives. So there's still, I take it more as because we're doing your joint energy, right? So for your first row, you know there's a strong connection. You know it's something beyond a soulmate, beyond a nice and beautiful love. You know it's powerful. You know, it's like you're going to have, the feminine is going to have more understanding of the connection. The masculine, again, in denial. He won't even go there. It's like they won't even go there. Their subconscious mind is telling them, this is the other half of your soul. This is something big. You met for something big. You plan to meet in this lifetime for something big, for something greater than just your love story. It's like he feels that in his very core. But because he's still in his ego, and I sense the feminine a little bit as well, you're still driven by the longing, by the lack, by the trauma, by the shadow, then it's like it's a maybe. You still go in and out. You know it's a powerful, so maybe you're at this moment of time when it's like, you know, you're powerful. It came to my mind for a reason. Maybe you've read somewhere that like twins can or cannot get into union. I personally believe, my universal truth, right? As you listen to me say that, you will know how it resonates. So listen to the emotion of your body, because in the end, we never know. We each have our own individual soul contract with this person and with other people in our lifetime, right? But my individual truth is that if you are a twin who got activated to the journey, which means the feminine awakens and leads the way through the journey of deep spiritual awakening and healing and stripping the layers of her shadows and her traumas, remembering past lifetimes, going through that deep healing, knowing that there's a greater purpose in this. My universal truth, it's your lifetime. The question is, when? Because depending on your individual journey, your soul contracts, your path of life, the awakening of the feminine, the awakening of the masculine, right? The separation can be anywhere from 2, 3 to 10, 15 years, right? So it's going to be very, very, very individual. That's why the moment has to come, the feminine actually releases that. And it's like, whatever, right? Let's go with the flow. It's like you realize there's a reason I'm going there. It's like you have absolutely no control over anything, and you are a servant. The gifts that were given to you is because you're a servant for humanity in this lifetime. It's not about your love story, but it's like you're not there yet. It's this maybe. You both go in and out. Is this going to happen? Is this it? Is this really my person? Yes, it is, but is it really? I'm not liking this maybe. Let's do another row. All right. Let's do another row for your connection. What's currently going on? Give us some detailed source, not just the feel, because we're not, too many. Sometimes I see in the comments you guys leave me, or DMs you send me, that really, we need to really practice that discernment. We really need to practice that discernment. If you have the need to put a comment on a video, like, no, it's not your reading. It's not your reading. I promise you. If you really want this to be a reading, watch the whole parts, every single part, especially what's the energy of now, and it has to resonate. Future focus, number 66. I'm devoted to returning to you. I'm starting to feel hopeful about the future because I see you being part of it. That's on top of the twin flame. So it's like there's this feeling in you that this is your person, that it has to have a happy ending. There's a reason it came to my mind, right? That happy ending. It has to, it's like you know you have to trust. You know you have to trust, but you're not there yet. Aquarius, maybe one of you is in Aquarius, but I always say this, number 92. The traits on the card. So let's go through the shadow and the light. Maybe those are things that you need to work on. So the light, independent, progressive, altruistic, intelligent, unique, idealistic, and artistic. And the shadows, impulsive, flighty, detached, aloof, rebellious, unpredictable, and restless. Maybe those are the shadows that were activated within both of you as you recently had that touch point. Let's do a few more. Taurus, so maybe that's your pairing, Aquarius, Taurus, number 83. Practical, loyal, trustworthy, stable, takes pleasure in beauty. And then the shadow, prejudice, lazy, self-indulgent, slow-moving, stubborn, materialistic. I just heard the masculine would be the Taurus, but it may be just a detail for some of you. Or those shadows. They tend to be very stubborn. Let's do a few more. What's going on? What's going on? Too many. Number 55, critical junctures in reverse. I know now I have control of my life. No one is holding me captive and no one is controlling my circumstances. Nonsense. I recognize the power of my free will and I now choose to be happy. There's a deviation on my mind, so there's a reason I'm being guided to say this to you guys. Do we have control over our life? Yes and no, right? And what I mean by that is the journey of the masculine is to realize, because for a very long time, they think that they're a victim of their faith instead of realizing, that they're the masters of their destiny. I always say this, right? So they think to themselves, I'm not going to work on this because if it was meant to be, it was just happen naturally, right? So maybe this is my person, but not the time, not the lifetime, whatever that is. So they think they don't have control, but there's a moment they realize we do have that control. But now the question is, do you realize how do you have that control? Because that control is not through pushing, through insisting. That control is through surrendering and through understanding that control that you have is through inner work, through stripping the layers of your shadows, through removing limiting beliefs, through entering the state of true surrender and true faith and trust. This is my person. This is the lifetime, right? And then when there's readiness, farther along the way, the journey, the masculine rises into his masculine power and he actually claims what is his. So it's like we have and we don't control. We don't have the control, right? And I always say this, it's such a complicated, it is and it isn't concept to grasp, because once we are in this body, the only control we have is the self-work. But then the highest, most aligned timeline that we reach through self-work, once we're ready with that self-work, we can claim it, right? It was actually created by our oversoul, by our higher self. So in the end, we do have that control. Does it make sense? So I want to do 3 more. So maybe this masculine, it's like that's on top of that ego. So he would still be driven by ego. I feel both of you, because we're doing your joint energies. I feel on a different level. Let's do 3. But both of you, you still go in and out. Do I have control or don't I have control? Can I actually change this? So maybe feminine, you actually, you're a little bit stuck, I'm hearing, in that moment, like where it doesn't matter what I do. If we weren't supposed to be together in this lifetime, it's not going to happen. But there's always a variety of options. So we do and we don't have the control. Again, you have to understand. Hold on. I want one more. You have to understand that the control is because your higher self planned this, and your control in this body is through self-work, through removing traumas and limiting beliefs. Okay, all right. Okay, we have a runner, we have karmic partners, and we have glow up in reverse. Let me read through this. Number 19, karmic partners. Turbulent, with plenty of highs and lows, red flags, codependency, arguments, miscommunication. They test us in our understanding of love and relationship. What just came to my mind, because this is on top of that twin flame, that maybe I'm devoted to return to you. I think you still, I'm not sure about the feminine, but the masculine, it's like because you still go in and out, there's still this energy. Why is it you don't understand yet, this collective, why is it so hard? That it's not hard because it's a karmic, that it's not hard because it was not meant to be, that it's hard because you really need to strip all those layers of shadows and allow your beautiful pure soul to emerge, because that connection, the divine love is so powerful, is so high vibrational, is so pure, and it's a mission in itself, that only through being your most authentic being of light self, you're going to be able to hold this. It's not difficult because it's karmic. It's not difficult because it hasn't been decided. It's difficult because it's literally looking in the eyes of the other half of your soul. The energy is so powerful that the activation of the shadow is so incredibly strong, that until the ego runs the show, it's literally impossible for a long time to be in each other's presence. That's why that happens. That's why they're running. Because you look at that ultimate mirror that magnifies your energy. So in order to truly be able to hold this, light has to be that energy that is the leading energy within you. Does it make sense? So maybe that's something that you don't yet understand. Maybe you're thinking that you're not seeing silver lining. Number 31, I'm working on myself every day. I hope to improve spiritually and emotionally to become a better person that deserves you. I'm slowly moving forward in my life. I hope to reunite with you one day. But there's still the runner. So your joint energy would be a bit fat maybe. You know it's something special. You know it's something beyond just a soulmate love. You know it's something very rare. You know it's something amazing. But you're still going in and out. Is it actually going to happen in this lifetime? Maybe you're masculine. Maybe the masculine goes in and out. Is it a karmic or is it something special? It's still too intense for the masculine to actually do the work, but there's a willingness of being better. It's like, even if it's karmic, he would think, even if it's still not decided or never going to happen, at a minimum, this person is showing me something better, that there is something better in life, whether they know it consciously or not. You are their motivation to wanting more from life. So that's actually a nice energy. All right, let's tap into the masculine and the feminine. I think I want to start, from the feminine energy first, because there's a reason I deviated in part 1, that we're training discernment here, right? So please make sure before you watch the part, how's your masculine doing? Please make sure that everything in your part resonates. You cannot just take bits and pieces. I always say this, and there's a reason I'm deviating to this. You cannot just take bits and pieces. Yes, sometimes there's small little details, very small. And I usually say that can be a detail for some of you. But the generic theme of how you're feeling, it has to resonate. If not, it's okay. It's just not your reading. Try another day. Get a personal reading, whatever that is. If it doesn't resonate, it's not your reading. Not to mention if you get triggered. All right, energy of the feminine. What's been going on with the feminine in this beautiful connection? what's been going on with the feminine. Whoop. Unfinished business. Damage. I feel the last point of contact. Remember I said this in part 1, that I was sensing there was a point of contact. You're not seeing it for what it is. It left you damaged. It left you, you're not seeing silver lining. You're not understanding that for many months, years of separation, the masculine comes back for that energetical recharge. If it's not time, it's not time. It just serves a purpose to adjust the course. Okay. What? Hold on. Okay, so we have indecisive. I know my inability to take a decision hurts you. Finality. And fantasy. It's like finality and fantasy. It's this in and out. It's this maybe kind of energy. I think the masculine came in for a check-in. You take it as an unfinished business. Instead of seeing the silver lining and thinking what emotion it caused within me, what shadow it activated within me, what is it that I still need to heal, the fact it triggers me, the fact it leaves me damaged, the fact it leaves me indecisive about what's going to come, what's going to happen, it means I'm not yet healed. I'm not yet in my divine feminine energy. I'm not yet in readiness. So instead of just being like this, oh, why it happened, look at the silver lining. What can you learn from it? Because it always happens, free on a timer. It always happens to calibrate. Masculine returns, if it's not yet for that final opening, right? That opens the door to walk towards union and break no contact, right? Permanently, which is also a process. He comes back to recalibrate, which means you were either stuck on a certain layer or on that journey of healing, or you needed to truly test yourself in a specific shadow that you've been healing and working on. So instead of feeling in and out damaged, maybe see the silver lining and ask yourself what emotion that encounter activated within me. Because I feel the feminine here goes in and out. It's just this finality fantasy. F is important. It just came to me. F. So maybe your name starts with F, or your person's name starts with F. There's an F letter in your name. So maybe you live in a city that starts with F. I don't know, as I'm like looking at it and like F is important, but you go in and out between. It's over. It's never going to happen. Very dramatic. And a fantasy. I want it to happen. I don't want to give up. Let's do another row. It's like you were left with that feeling of unfinished business, with wanting more. Broken. You were left broken. You were left damaged. It's okay. It's just confirmation. You need more healing. You need more time. You need more self-work. It's okay. Things cannot be destiny. Everything is going as planned, right? You think it's not, right? So maybe you think to yourself, oh, this person came back, but they weren't ready. Maybe you're still blaming your masculine. You're thinking, I did something wrong. Everything is going as planned. Just relax. Just relax. Focus on self. Focus on your glow up. Focus on your healing. And satisfied. It's like, oh my God, the self-pity. You're really unhappy, camper. This feminine energy. It's like you really now sitting in this energy of, why did it happen? If he didn't come back to stay, why did he come back at all? No. Shadow. It's just shadow. See? It's not finality. It's just shadow. It's just another layer. Everything is going as planned. We're going to tap into your shadows in a moment to see what is it that you need to work on. Just relax. Relax. What's the rush? You know what? I always think about this when when I've been there, so I know. That is not what we want to see for the feminine. Bam, bam, bam. Remove this energy. That's not supposed to be your energy. You're not supposed to chase anything. You're divine, feminine, you're a goddess. You're supposed to sit in your stillness, in your magical forest. I just thought of magical forest. Maybe you connect to fairies and forest energy, magical forest energy. I was saying something and I got distracted. Hold on. I know that Bashar always says, if you fully trust, and you should, on any journey of healing, but specifically this journey, you should trust that universe has your best interest always on mind. Why? Because you are the universe, right? We are source. We are it. Universe always supports us unconditionally. That's why we say it's so important how we feel, what we trust, what we think, because universe reflects that, right? If you decide to settle and someone that you did a deviation, maybe there's a reason I'm saying this, you decide to settle on a partner that is not your favorite partner, but you don't want to be alone. Universe is like, fine, if that's what you're happy with, that's what you're going to get. If you feel that this is never going to happen because it's a maybe, universe is going to be like, fine, then it's a maybe, then it's never going to happen. You have to reach a place of full surrender, full trust. It's going to happen. It's this lifetime. I don't care what anyone says. This is my person. This is my lifetime. I have zero doubts. Now, how it's going to happen and when it's going to happen, I know I'm too small for such a big decision to make it. Universe knows better because universe sees it all. So if you trust, universe has your best interest, always supports you unconditionally, why would you care when it's going to happen? And why would you care what's going to happen? It's going to happen. So stop sitting, see, in the sorrow, because insistence is resistance. I always say this. Stop just resisting what's happening. Take it as a learning. Don't be a sorrow and sad camper. You have to sit in your trust. Work on that. Let's do your shadows, feminine. Let's do your shadows. What this feminine needs to work on. What are the shadows for the feminine? Let's do 4. What's your energy? Two more. What? 2 or maybe 3 more. I want 5. I want the energy of change. 2 more. What? Yeah. All right. Ah. Sorry. Okay. Hold on. We have 3 of Wands, 2 of Wands, the Hierophant. We're doing your shadows. And we have 2 Queens, Queen of Swords and Queen of Cups. Now, shadow side of all those energies. 3 of Wands and 2 of Wands are cards of action, planning, moving forward, starting in a journey, but we're doing your shadow side. Remember, you want to push too hard. You still want to have control on what's going to happen, how it's going to happen. You think you can shape this. No, you're just sitting in this energy. No, you cannot. The only thing you can control is who you are. So work on yourself. Accept everything as a positive. Universe is not teasing you with guiding your masculine towards you for that energetical check-in, right? And then taking him back away, right? They're helping you. They're showing you your shadows. They're showing you what's been activated within you that you haven't fully tamed and integrated and controlled. So think about that. Don't look at this. Universe supports you unconditionally. Tell this to yourself, this feminine, all the time. Universe supports me unconditionally. Repeat that. And if you know this to be true, What happened? How is universe trying to help me through this? They're trying to show me what has been activated. You have to surrender. You have to relax. There's a reason when I was reading your energy in the first thread, I was just like, just relax, just relax. You're stuck in the mindset of it so much time has passed. Maybe how long is it going to be? Who cares? Who cares? Your higher self is guiding you. Your higher self knows your soul contract you need to complete, how it was planned, what needs to happen, how it's going to happen. You don't need to know that. Focus on what you can focus on, your self-growth. Now, those two queens, this can be a little bit over dramatic, a little bit not seeing the silver lining, a little bit cryy, a little bit drama queen, a little bit overwhelmed by her emotions. Work on that energy. The work we do, it's not that emotions stop coming to us, right? When we're our divine state, our healed state. It's not that they don't come to us. It's just we understand them. We know what shadow they're linked to, and we're in control. So we're able to accept this emotion, process it in our balanced state, and let it go. We don't get stuck on emotion. We don't get led by emotions. Our actions are not led. They don't come from a place of that imbalanced emotions. We know how to self-soothe. We know how to calm. We know you're still a little bit dramatic. You're still not in control. So whatever emotion he caused in you at that last point of contact, analyze this emotion. What shadows is it coming from? How can I actually tame it? How can I actually be in control? And this can be a little cold when an unhealed, unbalanced, and remember we're doing your shadows, she can be a little cutthroat. She can be a little cold. She can be a little game playing. She can be a little bit about who wins, who loses this. Who's the last one that sends the text? Who's the one that goes, no. Relax. And it's also, it just came to my mind, so sorry, it has to be for a reason. It's also about, the Magician. Yeah, I want to finish my point. It's about truth. So maybe it's a detail. Maybe this is what they've been trying to show you. You as well are not able to be fully you with your masculine, because you're still sitting in a place of fear. So as he comes back, maybe you were still hiding something. Maybe you were trying to be too nice, and then you got triggered and you got into this energy of you. You're still not sitting in your balanced, authentic self. There's still fear. It's going to take more time. You're going to prolong it. You're going to repeat the cycle. There's still fear within you. And that fear is making you wear a mask and not show all your truth. With that Magician is about, this is the creator of your own reality. This is master manifester. You still don't believe that. There's a reason I was deviating so much to what I was talking about in the previous part. You still don't fully understand how we create our own reality. It's like, do we have control or don't we have control? Two more. You have to fully understand how it happens, that we do, but it's not how you think we do. All right, we have two, that's fine. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, we have Two of Cups. We have the Empress. We have Knight of Pentacles. And the last two is the Moon and Ten of Wands. That's on top of that Queen of Swords. Whatever he said or did that activated that shadow Queen of Swords within you that, oh yeah, psh, right? That's your burden. That's your shadow you need to focus on. That's what you need to release. Being a divine feminine is not just sitting in stillness. It's not just surrendering to. You're not supposed to plan. You're not the one who's supposed to. You can have your vision, but your vision should focus on you. How I want to change. That's what you're supposed to manifest. The best version, not him coming back, not union. You're supposed to want to manifest the best version of me. Light side of me. The stripping of the shadows of me. Carrying on my purpose. Giving back my gift. That's what you're supposed to focus on. Sit in stillness. Sit in surrender. It doesn't matter who leaves who sends the last message, it's not a game. Nobody wins, nobody loses. It's not a game. And I said this to any love reading, not just divine. Love is not a game. This is your shadow running the show. If you cared, so maybe whatever happened, you felt foolish. You felt with that unfinished business. You felt like he left you again with things that you couldn't say. Not enough time to express yourself, to talk about this, and you got triggered. You're still not seeing that you're mirrors. You're not understanding that whatever, until there's no shadow that controls you, until you can stand in front of your twin and allow him to magnify just your light because the shadow is tamed, it's not going to happen. The energy is just too intense. It's not going to be able to happen. You still don't understand that this is a long journey. Slow and steady wins the race. That the separation has to take years. You're still impatient. That impatience gets you emotional. You're still attached to time. Why is not happening? Why is it? We're losing time. We're losing life. No, you're not. You're infinite beings of light. Your soul is immortal. You've done this so many times. It's just another game. You have to be a little bit more lighthearted. Relax. Relax. Relax is the key message for the feminine here. Relax. Who cares? Again, if you fully trust, universe supports you unconditionally, and your highest most aligned timeline, they will guide you there. Why do you care how and when? Just trust. One day it will all make sense. Relax. All right. Let's do your masculine. Let's do my beautiful masculines. What's been going on in the energy of the masculine in this beautiful pairing? Let's do the masculine now. What's happening with our masculine? Let's do 5. We're going to do the same as we did for the feminine. Oh my God. 2 more. 2 more for his first row. 1, 2. All right. All right. Okay. So, his first card, his open, is conflicted, hot and cold. He's still conflicted. He still goes in and out. He still cannot take a decision. Not just about this relationship, I'm sensing, but in life. But you know what we have at the bottom of the deck? He's getting there. He's getting there. He will get there, right? So going back to the energy of the feminine. Relax. Relax. Everything is going according to plan. Now, he's still not in his divine masculine energy because he cannot take any firm decision about literally anything in his life. That's what I'm hearing. That's the second card. It's not like his heart does not want this. He knows. Remember the first part that we did. He knows. He knows it's you. He knows there's something about you. I always say this, and I know this phrase. One of these things is not like the others. The masculine knows. They always know. Not always, but that's the first thing that they realize, right? In that Delulu denial land that they live in for so long. One of these things is not like the others. They look at us and they know there's something about this woman. Nothing compares. But this is the energy that you still share. You still both in damaged energy. You repel because you're acting same. You triggered center. You get activated. You reflect 222 on a timer. You reflect your shadows because the shadow still leads the way. The shadow still overwhelms both of you. Look at the shadow that got activated. Same for him. Now, what we have is third party and responsibilities. So there's something that's still, and we had karmic ties in that ruling energy in the first spread. There's still something that sits in between your energy. That third party karmic energy, we're going to do it another row in a moment to maybe clarify, but there's still something that is consuming, I'm hearing, most of his energy. Some responsibilities, some ties, some karmic contracts, but the last one is soul tie. I always feel connected to you. I think he actually sits in a nicer energy than you do right now. It's like, yes, they're always like behind, right? And they live in their denial land. But when it comes to that, because with you, I was with the feminine, I was feeling this anger, this agitation, this unfinished business, this Queen of Swords in reverse and this Queen of Cups in reverse, drama queen, right? This anger. But here, it's just like, there's still issues. We're still damaged. I still cannot manage this. I still can handle this. I still have a lot of things on my plate, but we're a soul tie. There's like this warmth in his heart for you. That's what you're not seeing. And I always say this, when we already are in separation, right? Because in the beginning, they completely in denial land, right? That in and out kind of phase that can last anywhere from like 1 or 2 months to like years still. But when the true separation starts and they come in for those energetical check-ins and they disappear, they have to go, right? It hurts them as much as it hurts us, if not more. Because they don't want to do this. Let's do another row. Hot and cold. Sorry. Regret and forgiveness. He regrets that. In his heart, he wants your forgiveness. It's like he knows he's still in this hot and cold energy, that he comes in, comes out, that he cannot give you. Oof. And that's another one that you share, shadow side. If you're a masculine watching this, think about it too. You both activated your shadow side. The shadow side still runs the show. What shadow was activated? What you need to work on? Reveal. What shadow was revealed? But the card is also about the truth. It's like you, so maybe the masculine, you came in because you wanted to reveal some truths to your feminine. You wanted to talk about certain things. But as it happened and shadows got activated, the veil like dropped completely. It's like you're too damaged to still be able to look at each other, distance, to look at each other, confusion. You had confusion too. You're mirroring those energies. You're still too damaged to sit in front of you, in front of each other, as a true authentic selves. Whether you want to accept it or not, both of you, you don't yet know what the true authentic self really is. But there's a lot of regret. There's a lot of guilt. There's pain within him that he had to do this. It's like they do these things, they don't understand why. Why am I running away? Because they're not consciously understanding that that mirror activates the shadow within them. They're running away from the reflection of their shadow. They're running away from the masked version of self and of you. You're not ready to, in a balanced, truthful way, just stand in front of each other. There's still blockages. I want one more for that. Hold on. What's this for party? It's like they're not wanting us to know. Inseparable. But there's also one thing coming to my mind that sorry, this collective of masculines, I don't think they yet believe that whatever karmic energy stands between the two of you, whatever responsibilities they carry, I don't think they believe it can be removed. But there's still confusion. It's, remember, this is this ruling energy that we started. It's like they know it's special. They know one of these things is not like the others, but they're still confused. Is it a soul tile? Is it, maybe you're like renovating your bathroom and just came to my mind, or one of you. Is it a soul tie? I cannot speak today. Is it truly like maybe my soulmate, someone that I was supposed to be with and it will come in one day? Or it's just another lesson. It's just another karmic. It's like there's too much confusion. But you know, if you know, I'll tell you. A message to the feminines. The confusion comes. You're connected through red threads. And I was actually seeing, as I open a channel, red threads. So you're mirroring those red threads are glowing. They're activated. Maybe they know about the red threads as well. Masculine. Maybe they've heard about it. Recently. Because they were showing me red threads. But you feed each other's energies. So that confusion within him, whether you know it or not, want to accept it or not, it comes from your confusion, your lack of trust. All right, let's tap into his shadows. Let's tap into his shadows. The star. Maybe he's an aqua. The shadow of the masculine in this connection. Let's do 5, just like we did for the feminine. Oof. Three. Oof. Okay. Okay. 2 more. 1 more. 1 more for his first row. All right. Listen. You have 2 cards that are same, which means this is the energy that you're mirroring, which means this is the energy the feminine needs to focus to remove as a shadow, because you're feeding this energy to him through red threads. And those 2 are Magician and 2 of Wands. You're masculine. Now let's do masculine, but it comes from you, from the feminine. He still doesn't believe he's a master of his destiny. He thinks he's a victim of his fate. He doesn't believe he can actually change his life. He still doesn't have faith that whatever karmic interference is now at play in your connection, in his life, and paid karmic debt, right? Whether that's a pattern, an actual person, a family member, or past relation, whatever that is, he does not believe it can be removed because he does not believe he has power over this. He thinks he's a puppet in the hands of a cruel fate. He thinks he has no power to execute what he wants in life. That's what you need to focus on, to truly sit in a place of trust, in a place of belief. Yes, you have no power over how and when, but you designed this, your higher self. The only thing you need to do as a being like that spirit in that body is to get to that highest, most aligned timeline that your higher self planned. And how we do that? Act on your highest excitement to the best of your ability with no expectation of an outcome. Focusing on you, on your self-growth, stripping the layers, stripping the shadows, doing the work. Not externally, internally. External is just a reflection of internal, right? His first opening energy is Ace of Cups. We're doing shadows. He's still lacking self-love, self-worth, self-belief. That he deserves a good life. That he deserves this beautiful love. We have Page of Wands and King of Wands as well. They're both those energies. We have a lot of fire, so maybe you're both fire signs as well. That they're both energies of action, motivation, your highest, most aligned timeline, having influence, right? So there's this lack of belief in death. There's a lack of belief that I can choose my path, that I can change my destiny. It's like I'm, for whatever reason, it just came to my mind. It's like the masculine, I think the masculine believes in karma and believes in past lifetimes. That may be a detail for some of you, 404 on the timer, as I said that. But, but there's lack of belief. It's like truly a victim of fate, not a master of destiny. It's like this, yes. It's just getting worse and worse. Let's do 3 more. Whoop, whoop. Ah, Lordy. You're mirroring so much. You cannot even, you have to focus on how you feel, the feminine. You lead the way energetically. Too many. 1 more. You lead the way energetically. Whether you know it or not. One more. Knight of Wands. Very strong fire energy. 3 of Wands, that's the energy you shared as well. That's on top of, for him, of that Ace of Cups. Doesn't believe he's worthy to have a life full of fulfillment, adventures, to have a life that he could plan. It's like this, I don't know why. Maybe for some of you it's a detail. I keep going back to this belief, you know, in Hindu culture, that it's like you're born to something that it is part of your karma, but you cannot escape, right? Like you cannot escalate and level up in this lifetime, right? Wherever you were, it's like, again, this victim of fate kind of energy. It's like he believes this masculine. If you're masculine watching, you would believe that I was given a life when I was born, maybe in a family that's not privileged, and that I have to work hard. I have to have like 2 jobs. I have to deal with certain things. Whatever is it, that karmic interference, right? Remember we said he doesn't believe it can be removed. It's like he thinks it's his karma. He thinks universe is like taunting him and teasing him with showing this woman who is so special, and he doesn't even want to go into thinking how wonderful and fulfilling it would be to be with you, because he's sitting in such a dark place of I have no influence over this, which is truly so sad. This masculine is so powerless. That is how he feels. He's sitting in a place of just this darkness. Powerless. Life is a chore. Life is something that we go through. He doesn't really believe, which is incredibly sad, that life can be joyful and fulfilling and beautiful. It's like too good to be true. It's like waiting for a how do you say this? Waiting for a catastrophe to happen, waiting for a disaster to happen. It's like if it's too, one of those people that if it's going too well, they're just waiting for a disaster to reveal itself from behind a corner. Trust. The feminine leads the way. What the feminine needs to do here is to trust and release. Sit in a place of belief. I know. Do you really think you know better than the universe on how and when? Really? Universe and its infinite knowledge? Universe doesn't make mistakes. Your touch point or reunion, whatever that was, it happened for a reason. To show you, to recalibrate, to show you the way forward, to show you your shadows, to show you how maybe you fought this feminine, you were ready, but look at this energy, this lack of belief, this sitting in your emotion, this you're nowhere near ready. I'm sorry to say this. Divine timing is not about time, it's about readiness. So we can get there like this, right? But we're limiting ourselves, truly. Focus on seeing the silver lining. And that will feed that energy. There's a reason I was seeing red threads. It will feed that energy to him. Release the doubt. Release the emotion. Release the negative view on all this situation. Just trust. Relax and trust. This masculine has a lot on his plate right now when it comes to that karmic interference, and he has to deal with that. He has to go through this and truly learn that he has the power and he has the skill. But in order to do that, energetically, give him that faith and give him that strength. I hope this was helpful. I love you so incredibly much. Have an amazing